Hi guys, welcome back to FPL Zombie, where we're continuing into Game Week 4. We're going to recap Game Week 3, see how well or not so well we did this week, and then move forward to see what we're planning for in Game Week 4, whether we can improve. So as you can see, this week we only got 47 points. Not happy. The average was 50 points, so we didn't even make the average. The highest was 122 points. Wow, not even remotely close. Now, as you can see, one player that got 0 and one that got -2. Really, disappointing week. To be fair, there were a lot of goals in the Premier League this week. We just weren't in and amongst it. As you can see, Man City drew early on with Wolves. Not fashionable goal scorers there. 2 centre halves. Then we saw Arsenal against West Ham. The favourites were not scoring the goals apart from Arnautovic. Bournemouth getting goals again, and obviously we saw the sending off, of our man Richarlison. Very, very disappointing. Another clean sheet for Cardiff, goals for Leicester, another win for Watford, a hat-trick, or 2 goals for Mitrovic. Not many people were expecting that. Chelsea getting an away win, and obviously, the big one on Monday night, Spurs smashing United with Lucas Moura hitting 2 wonderful goals. So let's go back and check our team and see how well we did. First of all, in goal, David De Gea, 1 point. Tottenham, got those 3 goals, and it's another game where David De Gea fails to pick up any points for us. So disappointing. So in defence, the dream team of Ben Mendy and Robertson both getting us points 4 and 9 respectively. Really happy with that. Tompkins 0 did not play, and because Peltier didn't play, Wan-Bissaka obviously was suspended for that game. He was there, and 0 points in that position. Really, really disappointing. Moving into the midfield, Mulhojevic 2 points. Just for playing, didn't do anything. We know he's in there for the penalty kicks. No penalty kicks. Captain Salah, he gets us 16 points. Gets that 1 goal for Liverpool. Thankfully, semi-saves our week. Mkhitaryan, who was our transfer in last week for Alexis, gave us those 2 points. That transfer hasn't really done any much because Alexis would have got us 1, so it was only really, an improvement on 1 point. But the big talking point, Richarlison, red card, -2 points. Devastating news for the team there. And then we had Tosin, gets the 4 points and 1 assist. Joshua King, who had been poor for game weeks 1 and 2, comes in and gets us that goal and bonus points, much needed. Then our vice captain, Sergio Aguero, just the 2 points in a very frustrating game that they had against Wolves. Everyone was expecting to run away with it, and Wolves, they just wouldn't say no. So, the bench, as we knew, we had Stekelenburg, 0 points. Peltier didn't play. Wan-Bissaka was suspended. Guendouzi, who we transferred in the previous week, in a waste transfer. It's my biggest disappointment transfer so far, the 3 that I've made. But anyway, he was there and he picked up a point, but couldn't come on because, he was a midfielder. So what have we done this week? Well, we went for the popular thing. We've brought in Lucas Moura for Guendouzi. I did this during the Man United and Tottenham game. I went for it. I just thought everyone's going to go for Moura. I've got to jump on that bandwagon, and we can see that his price has risen in value already. But really, what I should have done is I should have brought him in for Richarlison. Schoolboy error, and then I would have had another player in Guendouzi on the bench, which I don't have because Peltier looks like he's lost his place. Tompkins is a question mark. Now, I did consider doing the old wild card, and I was thinking about taking De Gea out for Ederson. I was thinking about taking out Tompkins, Richarlison, and King and Peltier, and just mixing it up with guys that were going to be playing. But I haven't done that. I've kind of stuck with what I've got. We'll see what happens after the international break, whether I need to use that wild card. Peltier might get a run in the team, and then he'll be a decent subs bench player. Tompkins, this might be a nothing situation, so we might be okay. We're thinking Lucas Moura is going to continue to increase in value. Son isn't going to be back for a few weeks, so we should get a couple of games out of him. But I have a feeling that he's playing really, really well, so he may be able to keep hold of his place. So that's what we've gone for. And hopefully we can pick up some points. Looking at those fixtures, you can see Leicester at home to Liverpool. So Salah, is he going to be able to get big points away to Leicester? You'd fancy him to get some points. Now here is a game that I think there's potential for points. Chelsea versus Bournemouth, but I don't have any Chelsea players. Palace again. Semi-Palace heavy. So there is points there, home to Southampton. You fancy them to get a result. Again, Everton at home to Huddersfield. We've got Tosin. We had Richarlison, but he's suspended. Very disappointing. And then Arsenal, Man United and Spurs all away in kind of semi-tricky fixtures. There's this whole cloud hanging over Jose Mourinho, but you'd expect against Burnley, who have got European competition, that they'd finally be able to get something going there. Right, so moving on to my second team. My defensive 5-man at the back. We actually got all 5 playing this week, which was cool. But, Van Aanholt only got us a point. But we had 11 for Trippier. Awesome to get those returns. Robinson, Mendy, Bellerin, all getting decent returns. No clean sheet for Ederson. And then midfield, obviously, we had Richarlison, who we brought in last week. He was our transfer last week. And bang, -2 points. Really, really disappointing. Salah was our vice. Captain Aubameyang, up front Morata and Rondon, who really didn't get as many points. So we ended up with 46, again below the average. Very, very disappointing. Our bench didn't really do any better. Neves and Fernandinho both getting 2 points. Pritchard not even playing. So, what have we done this week? We've done, the favouriteest option, which was to take out Richarlison for Walcott, and we'll continue with this 5-2-3 formation. And we've captained Aubameyang because we just feel that, his week has got to come. He's going to come good. I still stand by my prediction that I feel that he could be top goal scorer in the Premier League. Morata at home to Bournemouth. We'll have to see what it goes. Rondon, he's the person I will be considering taking out next week. But he has already dropped in value, which is not good news. But that is fantasy football. So that was my week in fantasy football. I'll see you next week. Jump down to the comment section below to tell me what you're doing with your transfers, and we'll see you next week.